'cause my monsters are real, and that train had a kill, and there's no coming back, and they just laugh at how I feel.
Welcome to the S&D podcast, everybody. It's your boy Daniel, aka Sunshine. I'm joined by my buddy Dion, aka
D-Son.
We are also joined by, as you guys can see, two wonderful guests, the all-knowing and Mr. Bob Alvis. How we doing, Bob?
The veteran of the group.
There
I'm
we go.
old.
We'll call him the Betty. We are also joined by this man who decides to wear not only Brave stuff in my house, but also Clemson stuff. Mr. Scott Hodge, Mr. UPS man. I forgot the nickname we gave you when it was all that snow and stuff.
I dig the shoes, by the way.
You dig the shoes?
I do.
Yeah,
I love them.
I
We're
was
going to really love them this year when y'all have to boo-hoo cry to the parking lot when we beat y'all this year.
Here we go.
I hope.
No, it's been
We're going to find out. It's going to be an interesting season.
it's been 20 years since y'all beat us.
It has been. It's been too long. It's time to change that. You know what I
07.
mean? Yeah, it's been a long time.
Uh-huh.
We're not going to talk college football tonight, though. We're going to save that for another episode for you guys. What we are going to do, now that it's four of us here, we're going to go back into part two of what is a sport. This is Bob's segment, so I'm going to turn it over to Bob. Bob, take it away.
yeah, there's three and a moderator. So what we need to do first is we need to define sport. So y'all can determine who goes first, but we all need to define what is a sport.
So before we get into that, I'm going to say one thing. After the last episode, I got a lot of feedback on. I want to change one of my answers. Fishing.
I knew it.
Oh, you can't change.
I
Well,
no.
I didn't know much about fishing.
Freaking
And then
knew
my
it.
buddy broke it down for me. And to him breaking it down and hearing more about it, because he actually does this and he's actually fished in tournaments, fishing is what I consider a sport now. I just
We
wanna
said
change
no
my
last
mind.
week, so we don't change.
Well, I'm
Sorry,
changing.
no
It's
backsies.
my podcast. my
Well,
choice.
what's the definition of a sport?
To me, a sport is going to be something that's physical, that you can gamble on, that's also a team that you can compete, team, single, whatever. But
So, physical, gambling, and competition.
and to me, you have to be able to compete at like a higher level. And what I mean by that, like national level, Olympic, even state titles for high
Major
school.
leagues
Yeah.
also.
Okay, Dion, your definition of a sport?
I'm sticking to what I said in the first part in being physical and mental.
Mr.
I'm keeping my definition.
Okay. Mr. Scott.
A sport would be your mental and physical abilities pushed to the limit in competitive form against one another. And there's no sports is looked at as a first place, second place. There is no tie for first. It's one person or team will win the event.
Okay, interesting. Okay, number one, weightlifting. We'll start with Daniel. Now, remember, all of the sports I say, if you have to, you can put the word competitive in front of it. We're not talking about just going down to the gym and benching 350.
Yep.
Weightlifting, competitive. To me, I would say yes. Because it's the physical, but it's like you're getting the physical, you're getting the exercise, but you're also competing. Can you gamble on it? I've never gambled on it. I don't think I know of many people that have.
You can gamble on anything.
Yeah,
You can, but that would be to me hard. To
you can gamble on whose duck can lay the biggest egg.
Oh, well,
Might get to that in a minute.
so to me, yes, competitive weightlifting is a sport.
Dion?
Yeah, that's definitely a sport. It's really physical and mental as well. I actually competed in like 2 weightlifting competitions back in high school, so I already know how it gets down. Just pointing that out.
Scott?
I say yes. ESPN years ago would have the world's strongest man competitions.
Mm.
You had Marcus Bujanowski. You had Samuelson. The current guy right now is a monster.
A little bit different than weightlifting, though, because you're like pulling cars and everything. And
I
Yeah,
was going to ask, is that
world's
when they had
strongest
to
man.
like pull in the cars? Is that what competitive weightlifting?
they were
I guess?
pulling the
It's not really
the
lifting
semi that weighed 20 tons. You were at the Atlas Stones. Who can walk the furthest holding a 400-pound rock? Who can chuck the keg that's 50 kilograms over their head the fastest?
That's one thing I commend anybody.
Well,
That-
the
that's
fingers,
just-
the fingers was insane. It would vary from like 200 pounds to 350 pounds. And you had to literally caper toss it over to win the event.
You get to start with the second one. Second one is cycling.
It adds into all of the criteria I said when what is a sport. So I would say yes.
Dion?
Definitely a sport, physical, the whole 9 yards.
Daniel?
So I'm going to ask you a question. What is cycling? Because I honestly don't know. Like, what do you mean when you say cycling?
You can have, well, competitive cycling. So
Lance Armstrong. That's cycling.
Tour de France, long
Okay.
distance.
So when you, yeah, okay. So yes, that would be a sport because, like, my definition, it's physical. You can compete in it, whether it's a single or team event.
Mhm.
And if I'm not mistaken, they actually have that in the Olympics too.
They do.
We'll start with Dion on number 3. Bowling.
Definitely a sport. Need I say more?
Daniel?
It definitely is. I played it for 5 years. Did pretty good at it. Scott knows all about it.
I did it.
He was a witness to
I
seeing it.
did it for 15. I did it with your old man.
You did.
So, yes, in other words?
Yes.
Okay.
Again, with the same thing with cycling, it adds to all my criteria on what a definition of sports is.
Number 4. We have 9, by the way.
Okay.
We'll start with Daniel. Pool.
Of course. Don't even. If you say it's not a sport, then we're gonna have to fight. I'm sorry. That the physical and that's just a straight mental game. It's not even that physical. Pool is a mental game, and I'm starting to learn more and more. Like there's defensive strategies like that you have to play to win matches. And if you don't, you're leaving your opponent that shot and they're gonna run out and win the match. I learned that today.
On how much how much English you're putting on the ball. I mean, the ball could be a centimeter to the left on where you strike it with the cue can mean everything different on the angle you hit on the rail. It can go anywhere.
So, yes.
Yes. Well, in a mental aspect, I don't know about physical
Is
aspect.
it a sport, though?
It's a sport.
Okay. Dion?
Definitely a sport. Definitely a sport.
How come?
Well, in my experience, there have been numerous times where I caught myself sweating because I feel like I'm in an intense battle with somebody that can play it casually the whole time. I'm like, don't knock it off of the table. Don't knock it off the table. Oh, crap, I knocked it off the table. So, yeah.
Number 5, and we'll start with Scott. Competitive dance.
It's worse than the competitive cheerleading.
I can't wait to answer this one.
Well, I didn't hear it. Is it yes or no?
I would say if it's Dancing with the Stars, it's entertainment.
How old's your daughter? You have a daughter?
They're 14, 7, and 5.
Okay, so if they went to a dance competition, is that a sport?
Whoever could win it, so it'll be a low yes.
There's no such thing as a low yes. It's either a yes or not a yes.
Let me take it back then. Yes, it's a sport.
Dion.
Definitely, yes.
Okay. Daniel Son.
No, it is not.
Here
I
we
don't
go.
give a damn what you say. Dancing is not a sport. Sorry. You can compete against, like, you can, I guess, crew battle versus crew, like, step up, stuff like that. Chris Brown and Michael Jackson ain't getting out here dancing off against each other. That's not a competition.
I don't know that I
to
would say
me-
that's competitive dance either, though.
But to me, dancing is art. That's what it is. Let's call it what it is. Dancing is art.
All right, Dion, you start us off on gymnastics.
Oh,
Now, you know darn well I was about to call that a sport. I ain't letting that go.
All right, Daniel. Hear it in your voice.
I'll go ahead and say mine. I'll say yes for now.
Okay.
It's Olympic sport. It's
Was
great.
it subject to change? You said yes for now. Is it tentative?
I'm gonna see
Okay.
how his goes.
well, according to my definition, because if it's something you can compete at the higher level, the Olympics, it's a sport. Even though I highly disagree, but oh my God. By
Well,
my
you can still say it's not.
I
disagree.
don't think it is, but it's considered a sport to most people because, as my definition, you can compete at the higher level. To some people, that's competition for them. Like that's a sport. I don't look at it that way. To me, it's just basically gymnastics is just basically training kids at a younger age to prepare for like if they want to do cheerleading, if they want to do other sports, if they want to dance, if they want to perform or theater, anything like that. That's to me is what gymnastics is for. It's just basically a solid building foundation.
So is it a sport or not? I'm not hearing.
Low yes.
51,
There we go with the
49%.
low yes.
51%
I don't understand
yes,
what this
49% no.
Low
Hey, I
and-
probably Scott with that one.
okay. Number 7. Who started the last one?
Dion.
Okay,
Yes.
then you start this one. Competitive video games. So we'll call it esports if you want.
That is not a sport.
I knew it.
I'm sorry. Video games is just something to do for fun. And it's got mental to it, but I mean, you're literally just sitting there. You're not really doing nothing physical other than tapping buttons and using your hands.
You know how physical that is?
It's
As
not
many times as
only.
I
Hold the phone. So are you saying yes?
Sorry to butt in, but yeah.
Okay.
As many times you played 2K? Come on now.
I'll be honest. When I was younger, I did have some band-aids for the thumbs after
Oh my
intense
God.
Super Mario Brothers.
The N64 blisters. Oh my God.
So it's up to you now.
I'll say yes. I'll be a little more confident with my yes than what competitive dancing was. Air traffic controllers. What is a common thing in their background? Esports.
I didn't know that.
That is a very common thing in that job field that they look into. They don't have the drainage of looking at the computer screen for 14 hours a day.
I'll throw this in
just for the concentration portion of it and all that. So
And I'll throw this in there. When I said 2K, you already know with mini games you got to do just to get plus something in your attributes.
Mhm.
That battle rope and whatnot, that it. And this is me personally. I had to go through the ringer just to make sure I get over 150 or something like that for stamina. So yeah, and plus you see it, esports with Call of Duty, 2K, even
you've got Rocket League,
even
Fortnite.
Rocket League,
I just
and
don't
Fortnite.
I just don't
Apex.
see how really to me that's
Competing
a
at the
sport.
highest level.
There you go.
You can gamble on it.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean,
So I guess
gamble
the
on it.
physical part is maybe out the window with
Maybe
you, but
physical, but
What's the highest level they got? They don't have us in there like the Olympics.
they,
right?
just
they
esports.
I mean, they have, don't they
Yeah.
have a professional like on ESPN2 or something?
Yes.
yeah.
They have collegiate scholarships
Oh, yeah.
for esports. Arizona State is the number one.
Where the hell was this when we were growing up? Because we didn't have that.
Because it was 10
You wouldn't have
years
gotten a
ago.
scholarship.
And just to like
I
point
might have had a
some,
chance.
I doubt it.
Probably.
I don't think so because I think these esports people are in a different league than what anybody that we know maybe.
Well, when I was growing
is-
up, my parents said video games was not a way to make money. But according to what y'all are saying, there's plenty of money to make it
I was
there.
going to look at
in
Ninja.
this economy,
Yeah.
And just to throw this in there from part one, dating back to the whole competitive tier. Sorry, but I gotta bring it up again. Apparently, you can actually watch competitive cheer competitions on ESPN.
Yeah,
You just
son,
gotta catch it at the right. Hear me again.
ESPN,
Right
you-
time.
There's
Yeah.
a lot of colleges have stunt now, which is basically competitive cheer, and it involves maybe a little bit of gymnastics in there
Mhm.
as well. So,
Thank
anywho,
God I'm entitled to my opinion.
It's your
I
opinion.
might offend a bunch of people, but
It's your opinion. That's what a podcast is for.
exactly.
number 8, and we'll start with Mr. Hodge here. Competitive eating.
I promise I'm good.
Now, I know there are some people, by the way, that get totally turned off by seeing somebody stick a hot dog in a cup of water and then just devour it.
Joey Chestnut knows how to work a jaw. I'll say that.
The Japanese guy that always beats Joey.
Kobayashi.
Yeah.
Yeah. He had beaten him, and then Joey Chestnut regained his title, and he hasn't lost it.
Big competition there, though.
A lot of.
So yay or nay?
I'll say yes.
Okay.
I mean, you've got to focus. it's somewhat of a mental game too. I mean, your chewing habits, your breathing on top of it as well. You sit there and inhaling hot dog in the wrong way. You sit there and go,
Yeah. Yeah.
Does that happen to you?
no, not to my knowledge.
You just made a good noise on the. All right, Dion.
Definitely a sport. It's definitely physical, and everybody. This might sound redundant, but everybody's body is built differently. I've told people numerous of times, like, if you are y'all familiar with the term water weight?
Mm-hmm.
Somebody's actually I'm actually surprised. Anyway, water weight is a thing. I don't care what none of y'all say. So if you drink too much water, but eat, I guess, the least amount of hot dogs, there's a possibility you might not, So what I'm trying to say is there's actually strategy in
I think we're to you.
To me, by my definition, yes, it's considered a sport. But in my opinion, no. All you're doing is literally just stuffing your face as fast as you can and as much as you can eat. Basically, it's like you're all you can eat buffet, but instead of it all you can eat, you're basically getting hot dogs or hamburgers stuffed in your face.
But it's everything though. You got lemonade drinking contest. You got the guy with the pickle jar, that giant one. He's sitting there chugging those at a time. It was like most shrimp eating, most hamburgers, an actual pie eating contest.
There's a guy.
But the only time you've ever seen a pie eating
something like
contest,
that.
Mm-hmm.
Dude is massive, and I've seen him chug. I'm pretty sure, like, I want to say, Mountain Dew out of I don't know, a Gatorade jug or something like that. But seeing how he inhales the fluids is insanely.
Mm-hmm.
the only time you see a pie eating contest though is literally at like a carnival.
Mm-hmm.
You don't see it on national television.
Well, you do now.
You see some pie eating
4th of
contest.
July.
Yeah,
That's usually the only time.
Staten Island.
But I mean, do you see it year round? No.
Huh? Well, I mean, if
Well, that's in no one's definition of a sport.
Well-
Year-round competition.
Yeah.
But do you think Kobayashi or Chestnut are training more than just I don't think they're just going up to the table on July 4th and saying,
How
You know,
do you
gimme,
train
gimme.
for a eating competition? Just don't eat for a
it,
couple
it
days.
was actually on Wife Swap one time that one of the guys there actually trained he was a professional eater and he trained for eating competitions.
How? Just
It's-
don't eat. I mean,
No, it's not fasting.
it comes down to how you stretch this.
Yeah, and it comes down
That
to a rhythm
Oh yeah.
a lot. How much can you
Strategy.
eat in so quick of a time?
Mm-hmm.
Strategy, like I said.
All right, now I've got the last one here, and I'll let Daniel go
I love how
first.
it's always. But I just want to throw this out there. I'm the only one that's had the ones that said it's not sports. All of y'all said that everything's a sport.
Because everything turned into a sport.
Scott is 8 of 8. Dion is 15 of 15,
Oh, right.
and you are probably no on about maybe 3 or 4. Well, you're no on 5 actually. So you're 10 and 5.
Yeah.
Okay, so this one, my friend actually posted on Facebook where he won $200 today,
Ooh.
and let me actually pull it up here so I can make sure I quote the sport correctly.
I'm gonna guess picking the cards, drawing cards, something like that.
No.
You know what I'm talking about, like the thing of the app. The people got the packs of cards.
He was 8th place in the Wayne Carter Memorial Duck Race. Good enough for a $200 prize. Okay. Now I will
What
say
in the hell is a duck?
I will say this. So I have seen before basically where a duck race is basically like if you pay it's normally for charity. You're going to pay a certain amount. You're going to get a duck in the river or whatever number on it, and then it's racing other ducks down the river. Kind of like maybe I don't want to compare it to Soapbox Derby, but anyway. So competitive duck racing. Is it a sport?
No.
Okay.
I feel that is purely entertainment.
Okay. You can gamble on it though.
Correct.
I mean, I can gamble on dogfighting.
Well,
But
we can
dog
also
fighting's not a
can
sport.
gamble on
I can
gas pumps,
Yeah.
like we talked about last week, and you said that wasn't a sport, even though by definition it should be. Dion, duck racing.
Now, what's got on this one? That's entertainment. But
Okay.
it does have, I guess you would say, a mental aspect just to make sure, you keep your nerves under control.
They're
you're
literally
not
putting a
competitive.
duck in the water. They're not controlling it with a remote. They're not doing nothing. They're just watching it float down the river.
Do you know, dude?
It's not like I'm at a carnival pressing the little water gun, shooting the target for the thing to pop.
I understand that.
Yeah, but you also think fantasy football is a sport, which I do not agree with at all.
Just throwing this in there.
How's it? So you say it's not a sport. Please tell me why you think it's not a sport.
Fantasy football is primarily a guessing game and how good you can guess who is going to keep you at the end of the season.
I think fantasy football is no different than saying pick three is a sport or bingo is a sport or stuff like that to me, because I believe in fantasy football, you have very little control whatsoever.
The only control you have is you bench them or start them.
Well, now, see, last week he said that you do have control because you're picking the players that you want on your team. That's not control, though,
It
necessarily.
really is.
Again, that's a guessing game.
So,
Yeah, guess who's going to have a hot streak? Well, let me rephrase that. Guess who is going to continue on with that hot streak? You're taking a guess on
I
it.
mean, you're picking between starting Bo Nix or Sam Darnold in a head-to-head and who's going to win out. I mean, their secondary is worse than the other secondary, so you're taking that chance of,
It's a gamble.
again,
by the gambling
it's a logical
reference, it works.
It is a
Yeah.
By the
logical
mental,
So-
by the mental, I think it works too.
No,
How's it not? It's a mental game.
no, it's not.
It is a logical.
But you gotta think about it and literally contemplate.
Dude.
Do I want to start him? Do I want to start this? That's
So when you were
mental,
in
as Leon
diapers
said.
and when I was playing fantasy football, I could draft off a magazine and just take the highest ranked person. That is no mental. That is reading.
Dude, when I say mental, I always iterated focus, not logical. Sure, mental is the same thing as thinking, but mainly when I was talking about mental last week, I kept iterating focus.
I have zero control on fantasy football in terms of what the guys actually do on Sunday. When I put them, when I say, "Hey, you're starting," and it's like Sam Darnold versus Geno Smith, I can't control who's going to have a better game.
Yeah.
So
Or if Cade's going to have to step in for Geno because he
Geno going to get hurt. Darnold going to get hurt.
Cade's sitting back up. Then you got Drew Lock sitting back up.
Yep.
You never know.
I have nothing else for the. Is it a sport or is it not? So if you all have anything you want
I
to
got
throw
one.
out, go for it.
I got one before we close
I
out.
have one.
Okay, so we got two left before we close out this segment. Mine, I'm gonna let you go first actually, because I'm curious to see what yours is.
It's kind of karate.
I'll go
And-
first.
and-
I'll be first for you.
I just
Yes,
saw you said karate.
Yeah, karate.
it's a sport.
I totally agree.
Yeah.
But I would also say that competitive dance and cheerleading is too. So karate, 100%.
Karate
How's
is a
it
sport.
not?
I can tell
Yeah,
you it is.
I was just
I got the belts to prove it, and I got the trophies to prove it. That's a sport.
I mean, it's a combat sport, so that's a no-brainer.
yes.
Poker. Is poker a sport?
Yep.
I'll go 51% yes with that because that is 70% skill, 30% luck.
I agree with you on the luck. I don't. I think it's a little bit. It's about. There's got to be skill in it, yes, of course, but I think it's also a mental with it too,
Well,
because you have to be able to get into your opponent's mind when you're
Mhm.
playing it and basically bluff them. In my opinion,
well, it comes down to with your hand. You get your hand this. He's centered, laying back, all confident, everything, thinking he has a better hand. But I need to make him think he's going to have the bigger hand after I check raise him or something like that. And you're also trying to math out what kind of raise you're going to do with your hand on top of it pre-flop.
Yeah.
You're sitting there with an ace king suited, and you think he's got a low pocket pair. It's a coin flip. So I mean, you're putting your mental aspect. You're also using probability to your efforts.
Bob?
I mean, I'm not a big poker player, so I would plead the fifth. I would probably say, just on my ignorance, I would probably lean towards the no more so. But again, I'm not well versed in poker at all, so just because it's on ESPN does not make something a sport, by the way.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, I respect it.
With competitive cheerleading.
Like I
I think competitive
like I
cheerleading is
said-
a lot more of a sport than
like
poker
I
is.
said, 51% yes, it is a sport because of the mental aspect and what your head has to go through.
Yeah, he answered it better than I could.
Well, that wraps up part 2 of What is a Sport. You guys let us know in the comments some sports that we haven't talked about. If you know of one, put them in the comments, let us know, and we'll be glad to do a part 3 of this. Looking forward to talking to you guys in our next episode. We out. We just want to thank you guys for listening to the S&D podcast today. We just want to appreciate everybody for tuning in. Just remember, you can check us out on Apple, YouTube, and Spotify. And we look forward to talking to you guys in our next episode. Yes, sir.